The last coat is out with their new professional grade coating. They promise 14 to 18 months of durability. They also say instead of a 24-hour cure time, this is a 7-day cure time. What I'm about to show you is the promise of a durable professional grade coating that is the easiest thing I have ever applied. Easier than a paint sealant, easier than any wax, and if it holds true, this is a ceramic that I think a lot of at-home DIYers are going to love. I'm going to show you on the other side of this vehicle some of the details around how quickly the high spots stay, go away. But first, I just want to tell you a little bit about how we got here. I did not polish this vehicle. I washed it. I did a very thorough clay with my iron decontamination and a clay bar, not a clay towel. I did go after every orange spot that I saw on this white Tesla Model S. And now I am being very liberal with the amount of product that I am spraying on my applicator. I start being overly redundant here, cross-hatching left and right, spraying a lot of product on my applicator. I'm also sorry for the full moon that you might see throughout this video. I see the value in this video, so I still want to show you. Now, I'm cross-hatching, I'm circling, I'm just making sure every surface is protected. But you can see in real time, I'm already at what? The door, the front quarter panel, now I'm doing the rear, and I am just applying the last coat black ice with this sponge. Normally, if I were applying Ceramic Pro, for instance, you have to very much watch where it's going on. It is very, very sticky and labor intensive. It's a fantastic coating, but it just takes so darn long to apply. And here I am applying it to the pillars, the paint going left and right. I just keep spraying product onto this applicator. Here I am going in circles, and then to be redundant, going left, right, up, down. They do recommend that you polish the paint first, right? If you polish the paint first, you're going to remove any existing wax or sealant. You're going to make the paint gloss a little bit. But again, I just washed and clayed this. This is something you could do at home. And now I'm going to take 2 clean plush microfibers. Ideally, they would be in squares in my hand. So you've got the padding, so you're not driving your fingers into the paint and possibly causing scratching or marring. So there I've just gone ahead and put that into a folded square. No pressure at all, just very light pressure and fast arm movements just to make sure I'm leveling out this coating. And when that starts to gunk up with coating, I'm going to move on to a dry towel to wipe off. But here I am just kind of surveying the vehicle, assessing how it's wiping off. And I'm going to show you this later. I'm going to show you what the high spots look like and how easy they are to wipe off. But real quick, I just want to point out that I'm like searching for high spots right now. I barely see any. What you're going to see is incredible self-leveling to the point that high spots are almost a thing of the past. And if you miss them, you can go ahead and clean them up 15 minutes later, no problem. And that's if you even see any. So in real time, you could easily spend this amount of time working a high-grade sealant in. Real quick, high spots wipe off like butter. And after it's real grippy for the first 15 seconds, it ends up super slick. Now that might be a little high spot right there. I don't know if you can see it right there. Just kind of boom. No high spots. Super insane gloss. And the slickness is awesome. Let me walk you through the ease of install. I like a lot of product. You don't have to worry about where this is going like a super insane coating. So I like to apply a heck of a lot of it. I'm not worried about going over edges. So you can see those high spots, right? Right into there. Check this out. Easy. Been sitting on there for a minute. I don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to leave a high spot that's a permanent blemish? No, just a couple towels, and immediately it goes from grippy to slick. I haven't even wiped off high spots here. Grippy, grippy, grippy. Flip the towel. Still a little grippy. I've probably got plenty on this towel. It may be time to swap out my wipe towel. See that high spot right there? See that? That's been sitting on there for a while. Just kind of neglected and ignored that. All of a sudden, slick and glossy. Okay, let's check this out. See that? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. A little bit of a high spot there. A little bit of a high spot there. Oh my gosh, I've never had an easier coating install in my life. It may be time to keep swapping towels. Okay guys, here's what I want to test. I'm going to start here, go all the way to the hood, let the high spots sit, and see how easy they are to wipe off. Like I said, I love a lot of product on here. You're going to use about a quarter of this bottle. No big deal. I like a lot of product. Especially for how easy it is to wipe on and off. And then to build some redundancy, I go back over it, make sure I get every section. You know, with more pro level coatings, you really have to baby where your spots are, because if you miss them, those high spots are going to be real tough to get later. And that is just greasy high spot, Bill. Just going to leave it. Not even worried about over applying, getting windows. Most of these high spots have self-leveled. God, I dolloped it all over the hood. I'm not sure if you can see there. Do you see some right there? See that high spot there? But most of these are going to self-level, which is just super awesome. See that right there? So I'm going to come back to that. But first, let's go ahead and work this in. I mean, there's barely any high spots. It's already slick. So if you're at home and you're trying to do this on your own, you don't have to worry about the pro stuff of catch the high spot or you're screwed, it has to be polished away. Oh my gosh. It is already super slick. This is easier to apply than a sealant. I'm not even kidding. I mean, you saw everywhere that I applied this. It's crazy. It's almost like these self-level on their own. Let's see if we can even see on the hood any high spots. You almost, I mean, obviously buffing it down is a good idea. But what I found with this coating, because I've applied it to one other vehicle, is if you miss a spot, and it's like 10, 15 minutes later, the high spots wipe up like butter. Now, let me show you this. You see that right there? You know, maybe it's been 5 minutes. That would never be acceptable on a pro coating. Boom. Like I said, it may be time to change my towel to a drier towel that doesn't have a bunch of coating residue in it. But I have a feeling that's all going to self-level. Okay, we'll take my dry towel here. Oh my gosh, extremely slick. I mean, I felt pro coatings that are slicker, don't get me wrong, but just for ease of application, this is insane. I am barely seeing any high spots here. Super slick, super easy. No high spot there. No pressure. Zero pressure, so it's nice and light. One more plush towel just for redundancy. Used about a quarter of the bottle. And just for fun, let's do the windshield. Look at that. The whole thing is self-leveling. Quick wipe down. Seriously, easier than most sealants. Let's take one final look around. All I did was clay and paint prep. No polishing, no advanced craziness. When the customer feels this paint, they're gonna be wowed by the slickness. Would I like to install a $1,300 coating and do a two-step? Sure. But I'm thinking about the person at home who wants ceramic on their vehicle. They're not sure who to trust. There's ceramic at all the stores. Last Coat is really upping their game. Look at that gloss, you guys. What do you think? I think it's worth it, to be honest. Look at that hood. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. That gloss. Very impressed. Thumbs up.